Welcome to today's Coach's Corner. I want to talk today about how do you build a personal plan for the year to come? You've been working on your self-care, but now is it a time for you to begin to see where you're going, that story, that destination, and map it out. We talked about backward planning, but now I want you to think about a year-long plan for both your personal and your professional goals. You may do this as part of your routine, part of your business, but do it very intentionally now. So the first thing I want you to do is separate out the personal and professional. You may want to think of them as the same, but I'd like you to think of them as a balance. Something about your day is going to be balanced better. Something about your year is going to be balanced better. Now that means you're going to have to think very intentionally about what you would like to do this coming year and what you don't want to do. In order to do that, the second thing I'm going to suggest you do is look backwards. And I often do an exercise with my consulting clients where we list the 10 things that were highlights for last year and the 10 that were not so hot. Write them down. And after you're done writing them down, take 5 of them for each that were the most important highlights and 5 of the most important low notes. And then you can reduce it down to 3, maybe even 1, but I want you to focus on at least 3 to 5 high points and low points. The next thing you're going to do, step 3, is decide what you want to do more of and less of. Be intentional in this plan. It will help your self-care. So whether it's on the personal side or the professional side, what do you want to do more of? That really gave you a high. And what do you want to do less of, or even stop doing, or never do again? Put your plan together. Now, as you get that together, begin to think about what next year is going to be like if you're going to get to your destination. The more, what will you do more of? You're going to spend more time with your team. You're going to spend more time with your clients. You really want to get to know a real good technological innovation in a better way. Could be any of those kinds of things. You want to develop new systems. You really enjoy being out in public meetings and talking to people. You want a better speaking engagement list. And whatever it is that's going to make you feel intentionally caring for your business and yourself, put it down. And then put the same things for your personal joys. You really love to work out. You love walks in the nature preserve. You want to spend more time with your kids or your grandkids or your family, whatever it is, write them down. And then begin to map out the year. Literally map it out. You can backward plan it like we discussed or forward, but you need a strategy for doing the things that are going to make you happy and eliminating the things that don't. Now, when you do that, also build that I won't ever do list. I'm never going to do this again. Write them down so that you can focus on not doing them. Now, once you've got that all done, you got to develop a routine. Take a look at 90 days. You don't have to go out 12 months, but take 3 months. Take the things you want to do more of, and when will you have them done? By when? And put down the dates. Now, as the routine turns into your living for this coming year, every time you hit that date, look at that calendar and make sure you have, in fact, done the things you want to do more of. And you're not doing things that others are pulling you into. Remember, don't let life be that inbox that drives you. Take control, be proactive. Now, that includes some celebration. We talked about celebrating. I want you to get into this plan a moment of celebration every time your wins take you forward in a direction you really want to go. Please take time for you. I always urge my clients, and I urge you in the same way, not to accrue a lot of vacation time. Don't be a hero about how little you went on vacation for yourself, or you took time off just for your own personal well-being. You don't have to work 365 days. You just need a combination of what's good for the business and what's good for yourself. Perhaps you want to do a side hustle of some kind, a side project. Build that in. When will you do that? Some day isn't a good day for anything, but maybe you really have some hobbies you really want to spend more time on. And you're going to figure out how to do that while still doing what you do every day for business or your career or work. And last, as you're beginning to move along through the year, reflect back on what you've done that really has been inspirational for you and where you've fallen back into that, I don't want to ever do that again, but I did it. It's important to be intentional about how you're going to live every year. Now, are there going to be changes that are going to come along? Absolutely. You don't have to refer back to the pandemic period, but even that is continuing to generate all kinds of changes. Maybe there's some new clients that come in, or new technology you want to adapt, or a new acquisition you've made or you've been acquired, any kinds of things that are going to change the plan. But once you have a plan in process, you're going to see how to use that to adapt to the changes and begin to continue to make sure that you do the things that you want more of and the things that you don't want. Enjoy the journey. It'll be fun. Bye now.